Hi everyone, my name is Angela from Angela Stitches and welcome back to my channel. So I'm still working on or going to continue with my last Mania New Start, Midsummer Night's Fairy, and I think I'm going to work on this until I feel like I want to work on other things. So I'm going to talk about those projects too in a minute, but with this I think I want to at least get her face and hair finished, and then like her arms and the tree branch that she's holding. And then after that, I'll decide whether or not to continue with this. But if not, I want to go back to Baker's Wife. So this was another Mania start, and this is on a 32 count Zweigarde in lavender or lilac, I forgot. But with this, I want to finish her hair, and I think that's pretty doable this month. So I'm going to work on that. And then I also promised myself to work more on Dreamer this month. This wasn't a Mania start, but I just want to spend more time on this. So this is on a 40 count fabric by Color & Cotton. I want to work more on this towards her face, but I'll probably just focus on the drapes with this one. And I'm actually really excited to get back to my perforated paper projects. And before Mania, I was working on the Holiday Giving Angel. So I'm going to work on this, and this is what I have so far. If I can finish this in June, that would be great, but with all the Mirabilias, I don't think I will, but that would be my goal, to finish this. So yeah, I have a lot of things to work on, and also I might start a small ornament project here and there this month, so that's going to be also super fun. And I want to do some finishing too. So I have a couple of ornaments that I was planning on doing in April, so I'm going to get back to those as well. But I think today and tomorrow I'm just going to work on this Mira and finish her hair and her arms and the branch, and maybe backstitch her face because I've been meaning to do that. And then if I feel like it, I'll work on her dress too. And I'm also going to order some more 40 counts to do more fabric dyeing. I don't have a new project to start yet, but I thought I would just make more fabric to have in stash. So yeah, those are my general goals or the things that I want to do this month. So yeah, I'll come back tomorrow to show you my progress. And oh yeah, I'm working on a video about how I stitch Mirabilias projects on 40 counts. So that video will be out pretty soon, but it's taking a little longer because I'm trying to organize what to talk about and to show things properly. So I think sometime next week I'll have it uploaded. So yeah, anyways, I'll talk to you later. So I finally backstitched her face and also finished her hair and her arms, but I didn't backstitch her hands yet. But I think she looks super pretty. This time I didn't have any problem backstitching her face, so I just did it once and I'm really happy with how this looks right now. I had to do Garden Prelude's face a couple of times, but this was just real quick and turned out super pretty. So really happy about that. But it's actually a couple of days later since my last clip because I've been crocheting a lot. I'll talk more about it in my next knitting vlog, but I'm using this yarn to make sponges for dishwashing. But I got this kit to make these little bread-shaped sponges, and it's so fun and it's so cute, and it works really well. I've already used it to wash my dishes, so yeah, this was really fun to make. So that's why I didn't stitch all that much, but I started stitching again last night. So yeah, and then I did work on a tiny bit on Holiday Giving Angel. So like her gloves and the stocking, but I'm going to work more on this later. And I also forgot to talk about one other project that I want to work on this month, and that is my Rose Quaker. So I want to finish this by end of this year, so I'm going to work on a couple of the motifs. Maybe, I'm thinking maybe 2 or 3 here. So yeah, that's another thing that I want to get to this month. But for now, I want to work more on Midsummer Night's Fairy. So I think I'm going to work on this a little bit more before moving on to my other projects. So I only got to work on this, and I only got this a little bit here done with the branch and a couple of the leaves. And this branch here is stitched with half stitches, and I really like that because it gives a dimensional effect so that it looks like it's a tiny bit further away from you. And I don't know, I really like things like that in cross stitching. I think it's really amazing that you can do these things by making these small X's because I think it's a very restrictive craft if you think about it, because all we're doing is making tiny little X's in this tiny little space, but there's so many techniques and effects that you can achieve by doing that, and I don't know, I think that's really cool. So yeah, I really like that. But yeah, anyways, I think I'm going to work on this a little bit more tonight, and maybe tomorrow I'll start working on something else. So I took this off from the Q-snap and I kind of already want to get back to this, but for now I'm just going to put this away because I want to get to my other WIPs as well. But I stitched her dress a little bit when I was showing how to do parking in my other video where I talked about how I stitched Mirabilias on 40 counts. So I'll link that video in the description box below if you missed it. But yeah, I really like this project. I think it's super pretty. Still very happy with how this fabric turned out, which I also made a full video of that as well, so I'll have that linked below too. But yeah, so I'm going to put this away and start working on my Rose Quaker, and I already have this on my Q-snap. And I want to work on the ones here, but I need to finish this one first. So I'm going to do that, and I also worked on my Holiday Giving Angel project while watching the game yesterday, so I finished her top with the pink Krennic, and also this part of the dress, which I'm not exactly sure what that is right now, but I still think it's really pretty, and I really like stitching on perforated paper, so this is super fun. And yeah, I think I'm just going to rotate these two projects today and tomorrow. So this motif is finished, and I'm going to move over to this one on the edge. And let me get the chart. So this one here, and I'm skipping the alphabets, so yeah, I'm going to work on that one next. And I think I forgot to say this, but this is on a 32 count even weave called Petals by Picture This Plus. And it's supposed to have very light modeling with pinks and oranges, but it's barely noticeable. It's just a plain even weave. But with this, I'm stitching with 2 strands over 1, so 2 over 1 half stitches. So it goes super fast, and I really like the look of it. So yeah, and I also like to stitch 1 over 1 or 2 over 1 on even weave than linen, because even weave doesn't have any slubs, so it's easier to stitch 1 over 1 or 2 over 1, and also I think it looks better. So yeah, that's the only times when I use even weave, because usually I like the natural look of linen. So for things like Mirabilias and samplers, I like to use linen, but when I stitch 1 over 1 for heaven and earth designs, I like to use even weave because those are usually full coverage. So yeah, I think in general 1 over 1 stitching looks better on even weave. So yeah, I really like this one, so I'm going to work on this again this weekend. And then I also worked on Holiday Giving Angel, and I worked on her dress, and this is all Krennic, and I mixed number 4s and number 8s because I only had one of each, and this calls for 2 spools of the pink. So just to make it look more even, because I'm only using 1 strand of number 4s, so the coverage isn't as good as number 8s. And I'm trying to just use things from my stash, so this isn't even the color that's called for this project. It called for a different pink, but since I just wanted to stitch from my stash, and also because I thought this was close enough, so yeah, I've been alternating the two to make the coverage differences less noticeable, and I think it's working out pretty well. So yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about, so I think I'm going to end this video here. So yeah, but I'm just going to continue with these 2 projects this weekend, and I'll come back very soon with another video. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.